Welcome to Legends in the Making, where we are redefining business success by aligning purpose, people, and profits. I'm your host, Erin Sarles Bowers, entrepreneur, shamanic practitioner, and founder of Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting. In each episode, I will be sharing snackable insights that will inspire you to lead with clarity, power, and heart. We'll dive into actionable strategies, real world stories, and metaphysical teachings to help you unlock the infinite potential of your business, your people, and yourself. Are you ready to turn your business into a legend in the making? Let's dive in. And today we are talking about the execution gap when brilliant strategies fall short. And I want to explore why the best strategies faltered when they aren't backed by solid operational execution as well as aligned energy, and how leaders and team misalignment, both in process and in energy, can undermine strategic plans, and what actual shamanism can do, the understanding of we are one with everything, how we can use those tools to bridge this gap to drive consistent performance. And so I always think about this question. Have you ever wondered why even the most brilliant strategies sometimes fail to deliver the real result, excellent results? And what's really that hidden gap between, what we're thinking is going to work and then what is actually being done? And we see manifest in the 3D world. And what I would really highlight, and what we're going to spend time talking about here for 15 minutes, is how in our fast-paced business environment, the lack of understanding energetics, universal laws that govern how the universe works. Just like we have gravity that keeps us suspended on this earth, we have immutable laws that govern how our universe works. And how do we bring those laws into business practices? Because we actually have to operate within them. Because when we aren't, we are going to have the repercussions of inconsistent results, all the things, because we're actually not playing by the rules that we're here to play with. And so we're going to really dive into that. I've seen a lot of organizations come up with some incredible plans, but then they struggle with the execution piece of it. And oftentimes it can be really linked to a couple of things, whether it's too much work to be done within a calendar year, and really focusing on, if we wanted to get good at these 3 things this next year, and that's all we're going to talk about improving and raising our bar within, then we're going to see results. Oftentimes people think more is better, but oftentimes less is more. Less is more. Focusing on the fundamentals, focusing on the culture that your organization has, focusing on your purpose and your why and your values and what you're here to do and how you want to do that, is probably the most paramount thing that you could always be coming back to and going, did the decision we just make align with our mission, vision, and values? Is what we are about to go do going to enhance what we are called to do as far as being in service of humanity? So I'd really challenge all of you that are listening to this of, do you really keep coming back to how does the actions and activities really align and drive with that? And you'll often see, I think of the analogy of, think about having a fantastic roadmap, but never taking the wheel. So if you can't also translate what you want to execute into being, you're really not going to go anywhere. And so oftentimes what I think causes these things is obviously inadequate systems, really poor communication, unclear roles that slow down the decision making. You also have energetic misalignment. When leaders and teams are not in sync with the company's vision, how do you then go do the right things that actually propel your organization forward? And we talk about lack of accountability, but when you're misaligned and you don't have everybody moving in lockstep and in unison, how can you really follow through and follow up on what you want executed when there's no collaboration around what we're supposed to go do? And so I see this happen a lot um, out in the real world. Like people have really great plans and then they have a very hard time executing those plans. And a lot of times those plans fail to get executed because, again, the leadership organization isn't in energetic alignment to then go cause action, as well as what I've seen is like, what are the right action steps in the right order? So you also have to build your house, your business on rock, not on sand. So if you're over chasing something that might be down the road the right thing to be doing, but it's not laying the solid foundation of who we are, what we are here to give and serve the universe with, and aligning people that believe in that same mission and values with that through having an incredible corporate culture, company culture, you're really not going to go anywhere. You might get some action and then it's going to crumble back down. So having a very, very clear, what is our purpose? Why are we here? How do we want to do that? Is that also too high vibrational? Is that in alignment with the universal laws? Is that something that you can then go and effectively get people within your organization to then bring to life through what you're asking of them to do? And so when you have misalignment, or when you have any of those root causes I talked about, the energetic misalignment and all of those things, you have nothing but inconsistency going on in your business. And we see it all the time in today's business. We see the quiet quitting. Well, if people are not energetically connected and inspired and motivated in what they are there to do, and they're just collecting a paycheck, how do you think that affects the frequency and the vibe of your business? We've all gone into places and you can just tell when people love what they do and they're willing to share it with you. And you can walk in and tell when people are there for a job to just collect a paycheck. It's like, yeah, probably will never be back. That was pretty flat. So when you think about that, think about the difference of those two experiences. When you walk into a place and you're like, whoa, like this feels amazing. These people all are excited to be here. They want to deliver an amazing product. That's energy. That's a feeling. People can feel energy. You could say, oh yeah, I'm having a great day. And you're like, I freaking hate my job. Like, I don't even know why the hell I'm here. People can pick up on that. So if you're running organizations or running teams and people are not excited to be there, they don't feel aligned with who you are and what you're doing, then you are missing. You're missing what? You're missing it. You're missing the secret sauce that's going to propel your organization forward. It's aligning your team day in and day out with your mission, vision, and values, and serving the heck out of them, the employees, and then allowing the employees to serve the heck out of your customer. You would create such raving fans, both as employees as well as consumers, because that's the secret to success. And it doesn't matter whether the economy's up or the economy's down. If people are highly engaged and are giving from that space, you're going to reap the rewards. People spend money regardless of the amount based on how they feel. So if you have declining sales, are you taking a hard look at how does it feel? What's the vibe in my one location within my whole company? Because if morale's down, people are unhappy, you're going to get unhappy results, for a lack of better terms. So energy is the fuel that powers your strategic engine. Without the right fuel, even the best engines won't run efficiently. So people are trying to go someplace, trying to think of more tactical things to do. But until you get the energetic alignment of your team to go do that, you cannot move forward. And so what I bring to the table that's different from every other strategist and consultant is bringing shamanic tools and principles to remove the energetic blocks that are inhibiting your organization moving forward. That can be cleared. That can be moved through working to align that. And how do you align your team? Through energetics, through different techniques and works that I do, to then start to go out and feel really aligned with what they're supposed to do. And you can do this whether it's with an individual or with even a house, or you can do it in a business. You can shift the entire energetics of a business and an organizational culture with shamanic tools and practices. And there's a variety of different things, small things that I do that I'll talk about right now, so it doesn't turn into a lengthy episode, is how do you get grounded? How do you get yourself anchored into the truth of who you are, and that you're present and ready to work? Are you in an energetic alignment to go do the work that you're doing? There's visualizations, there's journeying, there is all these techniques that can be brought into use to help align your team, help remove the blocks energetically within your organization, to then be able to take the strategic plans and actually go execute them. As well as part of this work is you start to understand that your asset is your people. And so are you engaging them with all the things that you think that you could do that would ultimately unlock your company's success? So rather than just giving them, here, go execute this, asking them, here's our big goal, here's what we need to improve upon, this is where we see lots of opportunities. How do you think you can affect that in your department, in your location, in your region, however that is? How do we gift people the power to take ownership and pride in what they are doing, and take under advisement what they're seeing? There is no one size fits all. It's like having a one size fits all for leadership development. Each one of us is uniquely different. We all have a different energetic blueprint that we are here living with. That is our soul. Every one of us is different. There is no two that are the same. Just like when you think about your business, there's no, let's say you have multi-units, there's no two locations the same. Your customers, your demographics, all of those things are different. So you can't apply this one size fits all. Yes, there's a lot of similar best practices, that you can do. But when you don't open up the aperture to allow your people to activate and step in to who they are, to become critical thinkers, to give you 100% of who they are, you are actually stifling your company's growth because you're trying to control and you're operating from a very low vibrational frequency of fear because you don't want to give your people the power to make decisions. And unless you're willing to create an environment of empowerment and trust, you're going to keep getting lackluster results. That's the bottom line. So it doesn't matter what plan you have until you can create an energetic environment that is focused on the potential and the creativity and giving your team the space to operate. You will continuously be drawing up new plans, new execution plans, because the plan isn't ultimately the problem. The vibration and where the team is starting from is ultimately the problem. So until you're willing to look at that, you're not going to move anywhere. If you're creating plans based out of fear, you're just going to create more fear and lack. You're just going to get that back. You're going to see declining sales, all of those things, because you're not coming from a place of expansion. You're coming from a place of constriction. So if you want to dive into is my starting point? How do I really understand the energetics of where I'm at? How do I understand the immutable laws of the universe that we're operating in? And how do I start to understand them and then start to create environments where those become living, breathing guidelines for how then you go and do your work and to serve the world with your organization? So I could not be more excited to work with you and find ways that we can overcome obstacles. I would love for you to share one common obstacle you face in executing your strategy. So put it in the comments, DM me, align if you're ready to transform your approach. And until next time, I want to thank you again for tuning into Legends in the Making. I hope today's episode inspired you. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. And don't forget to share this podcast with other leaders, visionaries, and change makers who are ready to elevate their business, align their purpose, and ignite their own legendary journey. If you're ready to take the next steps, please head to my website, Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting, or follow us on social media for more tools, resources, and upcoming events. And until next time, remember, legends aren't born, they're built. Keep leading with purpose, aligning with your vision, and always ignite the legend within you.